Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the Healing Place Energy School. My name's Helen Chinlu.
And I'm Robin Bornstein. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. We are two kick butt Reiki mistresses. Oh, I love saying that because that's one thing about a shapeshifter. I like to change things around because it makes it interesting. In fact, tonight's talk is about being able to adapt to change and becoming a shapeshifter. I love that word because I was going to say, Robin, can you say that 10 times?
Shapeshifter. Oh, I'd probably start slurring. Shapeshifter, 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 shapeshifter.
Well, also, I will turn the words around, and then the SH word will become something else. And before I know it, I am saying things that I can't quite believe. So let me tell you about a call I got today, Robin, which I found really interesting. In fact, I'm hoping very much this person will work with you because she's looking for remote Reiki healing.
Okay.
And she was telling me, she's somebody that subscribes to our newsletter. And she was mentioning during this pandemic, she's never been so scared and worried about the heavy duty changes that has happened in the last, let's say, 13 months. And she says she finds herself constantly eating for comfort because the shape shifting is just too quick for her. And she can't keep up because she's used to a certain lifestyle. And now that she's forced to change, it's really pushing her out of her comfort zone.
Right. So she's in a thought process of fear and anxiety, which is kicking up her overeating. Since you can't stop eating, which is a stress. It's a way that she's been programmed, or not been programmed, but she's.
Well, it is.
Yeah, it's a comfort thing, eating comfort food. I think a lot of people fell into that situation during the pandemic, especially when we were all in lockdown and businesses were closed and we really couldn't go anywhere other than the supermarket, right? So, or the drugstore. I mean, can you believe that we had to do that? So anyway, I think a lot of people got into that routine, and that's hard to break. It's definitely a reaction. It's a reaction that she's having to her emotional stress.
And it's so funny, instead of coming back and asking yourself, why do you feel stuck? So you're trying to find outlet to comfort the fears.
Yes. And eating comfort foods or things that we love makes us feel good because it tastes good. Who doesn't want to eat something yummy, right? So,
oh my gosh. I shoveled a bowl of spaghetti with eggplant just before we came on and before I took the puppies out. And I realized
comfort food, spaghetti.
Anything that's carbohydrate is really wonderful. But one of the things that, as I think about shifting, adapting to change, and besides, and anyone who's with us, feel free to jump on and ask questions, give us a talk. Please share your opinion. If you have your thoughts about shape shifting, oh, I like that word, please let us know, because it's not just a conversation between Robin and me, because we would love to invite you to share your views on your journey.
Yeah, ask a question. So Helen, let me ask you a question. So during the past year, with everything that's happened, how have you adjusted to change? How have you taken this time to shapeshift?
One of the skills I really practice mindfully to the best of my ability is learning to slow down and make more time for myself. Some days I'm better. Some days I just sucked at it because I guess I could call myself a workaholic because I really enjoy the creating. And patience is something I was forced to learn. And what about you, Robin? Because you were forced into a lot of different situations this year.
Yes, I think patience is something that I've been able to master. Not, I mean,
Really?
not perfectly, but I've been able to be more patient with my family because, I had some, adult kids at home, and my husband was home more. I wasn't used to that. I was used to having more time to do the things that I needed to do or wanted to do.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I really had to adjust. And I do have to say, I enjoyed the journey. As difficult as this past year has been, and still, we're still moving through all the changes. I'm embracing the shift and the
Hmm.
change. So I'm choosing to not fight it or not go with it because I don't have another choice. It's not a decision I can't stop and dig my heels in and be like, oh, I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that. I'm choosing to go forward in the journey. Every day is different. Every
Hmm.
day something new is coming up, which is part of. I like change. I like the
Do you
process of
really?
change.
Do you
I
like to be
like
pushed out of your comfort zone?
a little bit, I do, but I mean, it's also difficult. I'm not going to say it's easy, but sometimes, it's this change isn't like is this change being forced on everyone? It
Yes,
is.
it is.
It's
It
being
is.
forced on everyone. So I think it's different when you're in a situation, say you're in a job or a relationship, or you have a health challenge and all of a sudden things have to change for you and you have to make different decisions. That can be more challenging. And also for myself, although I have to say I had to make some health changes this year for myself, and I was able to do it easily. I was able to, because I knew it was going to make me healthier, I was able to just make that change. I don't know how, because in the past I haven't been able to do that, but this year I was able to do it. And maybe it's because I've watched so many people in the world lose their lives, lose their livelihoods, lose so much, that I feel this is a small thing. I can do this, compared to what other people have been
Mhm.
through. So maybe
Yeah,
that's why it's been easier for me to shift this year
yeah.
mentally. Yeah.
I always am amazed when people say, as tough as this situation is, they always make reference to somebody else has it worse. And I'm
Always.
thinking, to myself, why do people do that? Why do they, own their whatever they're feeling instead of saying, I I I should not feel like this because
I
someone
think
has it
I
worse.
think you do. I think people that can do that, people who can say, "Oh, there's so much more suffering. I can get through this. I can do that," is because they are
Mhm.
actually able to own. Oh yeah, this sucks for me. This really, like, I'm looking at my shit. Ooh, excuse me, shape shifting. An
See,
SH word.
I said we're gonna mix up those SH words.
Shape shifting. So when you're faced with things, sometimes it's easier to look out. Like, you're able to know that you've got something deep or heavy or challenging to deal with, and
Mhm.
you're faced with whatever it is you're faced with, whether it's life changing health scare, or
Yeah.
whatever it is you're faced with. You face it head on, and then you're able to shift and look and be like, yeah, I've got this, but I know this person has that. And you're able to maybe be more
See,
mindful with what it is that you've got going on when you're reflecting in, and then you are able to look out in the world to see what's
okay.
going on. So that's
Let
a
me ask you this question,
shifting.
Robin.
Yeah.
Let me
What?
ask you this. So if you think somebody has a worse, does that give you more of an incentive to get out of your change or adapt to your change?
It does for me personally. I don't think that works for everyone because it's not an easy thing to do. And I can't say that I've been that way my entire life. I think I think this is a place that I've arrived at. And who knows, something could come up next week and
Oh, yeah,
I
of
fall
course.
apart. So who knows, right?
Well, that's all it is because uh, new experiences, new shifting, it's really dependent on what you're forced at that moment to do or acknowledge or recognize. And you also have a choice to ignore it too.
And also earlier we were talking about like shifting your perception. You know, we may think, you know, working on whatever we're working on personally or professionally is the best way to do things. But somebody else may have a different view or
Mhm.
perception of the world or how things could be done better. And that's a way, like being able to shift into seeing someone else's way of doing things or seeing things or feeling things is also a skill that I think
Yeah.
that it needs that people can develop. And that's not an easy skill to develop. Sometimes people just
No, you're also talking about empathy skills and what does it feel like to be in somebody else's shoes?
yes, emotional intelligence, which is a big word
Mhm.
in the
Emotion
world. Yeah.
and but also when you're doing that, I think it's really important during the change adaptation that you don't take upon anybody else's stuff because that's something you and I talk about when we spoke about energy vampires several weeks ago. You could watch, you can be empathetic, but you may not absorb.
Yes, and I actually, it's interesting because I was talking to someone today about this energy and this way of shifting your mindset and your perception and working with your solar plexus
Hmm,
and how important it is to work with your solar plexus and your energy and being able to perceive things or situations with an open heart, an open mind,
and
and without your
self-esteem.
and without your ego.
Yeah,
Um,
without any ego.
yeah, and so this woman that I was out on a walk and we ran into this woman and she had such great energy and we started a conversation with her, but I'm going to quote her. She said, "Why are you like some people get stuck in that mindset and they get into that they're not able to shift out of it. And it's that mindset of, you know, you're stuck in this mindset of, why are you doing this to me? Like if you're in a relationship or you're having a situation and you switch, shape shift to, why am I allowing you to affect me?
Exactly.
So, and the woman's name, her name is Jackie M. I'm not going to give away her last name, but and so she said that we were having a conversation. I said, "Oh, stop." I had to type it up on my phone. I said, "I have to quote you on this. This is such a great, you know, it was a great conversation that we had, but we were talking about perception and being able to shift to see other people's views." So it's so funny because this is what you wanted to talk about tonight. And that conversation just came up
Mhm.
naturally today out on a walk. So it was interesting, but I love, yeah, Helen, how do you feel like with your friends, family, clients, colleagues, how are you able to perceive situations and shift to understanding other ways of doing things?
I think this is a skill that I've learned since I was in energy medicine school. Is
Mhm.
called active listening. Listening without giving an opinion. I think that's really hard to have no attachment to the outcome. In fact, I was talking to
That's hard.
my
Yeah.
it's really hard. I was talking to my sister, and we have another sister that bugs the hell out of us. There's always a member of the family that knows how to push your
I think
buttons.
every family has that.
Every
Yes.
family has one of those. And she's my sister, who's really quite wise. In fact, she must have been listening to me too much. She says, "Why do you let her bother you so much? She's robbing too much of your space up here."
Mm.
And I knew she was right.
Do you know why? Like it's just like that quote I just from Jackie M. That why are you allowing
It,
it to affect you?
well, a lot of that comes from what I call your wounds. you know, as Jerry and I, who's just popped on, we were talking about generational wounds. It's like, why do we feel a certain way about family members? It's not that it's brand new, but we have such a history with individuals that we carry those wounds, those hurts in us, and we could never come out and really express them. Which always like, and you just can't, because it's avoidance to speak, or I know it's going to be a fight. She'll say you're wrong. So we can't even, what do you call, agree to disagree? We can't even get that far.
You know what that means when you both agree to disagree?
What does that mean, Robin?
It's a fresh word. I can't say it on the air. Anyway, it basically means I can't say it. But it's really funny. Yeah, I'll share it with you later. If anyone wants to know what it is, they can reach out and email.
Yeah, you reach out to us.
Email. But,
yeah, but it is. It's very heartaching when you can't even agree to disagree, because you know it's going to be world war, another war coming up.
And it's hard to get to a place with a sibling or anyone that you want to work on a relationship with, because you both have to want to work on it. I mean,
exactly.
You both want to have to work on it, and
us be on some level come to the same place.
And understanding and respect and gracefulness.
Yes, and even if you don't agree, but still be respectful of each other. That's a hard one.
That is a hard one. And let's face it, we're not all going to think the same, feel the same, agree on what even to have for dinner. I mean, come on. I mean, like, well, that's the biggest question of the day. What's for dinner? You can't even agree sometimes on whether you're going to have a turkey burger or spaghetti, right? So, yeah, I mean, people have difficulties understanding the simplest things.
Yeah, so let's give some suggestion, Robin, before we go into meditation, because we missed meditation last week because we end up talking about these conversations very deeply. Yeah. So one of the things I'm going to ask people to do when you start to trying to adapt to change, shift your perception. Instead of dwelling on why it can't be done, why not say, this can be done? Really focus on the positive instead of the negative. And really value yourself. Instead of saying, someone gives you a compliment and then you retract the statement by giving a negative comment about yourself, or somebody has it worse or somebody has it better. Stop. Mm-hmm. Change your perception, what you think, your beliefs. Basically, you're changing your beliefs, because there's so many variations of the same belief. There's millions of versions of the same beliefs. Be open-minded. And instead of dwelling on the small stuff like I am with my sister, look at the big picture. How can I bring my family together? So as Robin was saying, I got to get my ego out of it.
Yes. You want to be able to enjoy your family and be in the same room with her and still be able, let's say you can still love her and care for her and wish her well and want the best for her, even if you don't necessarily get along.
Exactly. So, I try to find humor in situations. So Robin and I, as you notice, we like to drop these little bombs throughout our talks. But it's okay how you feel too. Give yourself grace. And just say, you know what, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up.
And you don't have to fix everything. Everything doesn't have to be fixed.
Exactly. All right, dear. So is everybody ready for meditation? Because Robin's a kick-butt meditation facilitator.
Yes, and I'm just going to turn this light down a little bit because it's really hot.
I know, and she's sweating bullets over there.
I know, that's why I have to wear layers here, because it gets really hot under that light.
And I'm trying not to put on more.
So I'm going to do a short grounding meditation. It's only going to take about 10 minutes. So everyone who's listening,
I'm going to activate my hot hands.
Get as comfortable as possible. And remember, meditation is about taking time for yourself and reflecting and sitting with your breath and being present in the moment. So if you have thoughts, if you have things you're coming up with your shopping list for tomorrow at the grocery store, going through your mind during meditation, perfectly okay. Just bring your attention back to your breathing to be present in the moment and try to let that list go. And let's begin by putting our feet firmly on the floor in front of us if we're sitting in a chair with your back straight. Rest your palms in your lap. If you're lying down, rest your arms by your side with your palms up. And just notice the weight of your feet connecting with the floor. And just notice the weight of your body. And take a nice deep inhale and exhale. And gently close your eyes. If it's uncomfortable for you to close your eyes fully, then just rest your eyes. Gaze downward. Relax your eye muscles. Relax your forehead. And again, take another nice deep inhale in and out. And I'd like you to do that 3 times. Inhale deeply and exhale as much as you can. So let's start. Inhale, exhale. Again, another nice deep inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now begin breathing nice and slowly, nice and normally through your nose. If you need to breathe through your mouth, that's okay. I want you to be comfortable. And also, if at any time during the meditation you need to take a nice deep inhale and exhale, please do so. That's perfectly fine to do during meditation. But let's start breathing nice and slowly, nice and normally through our nose. Really pay attention to the air flowing in and out of your nose. Notice the temperature of the air in the room, on your face, on your hands, and the temperature coming in and out of your nose. Notice the air coming in to your body, lifting your chest, Notice the air coming out of your body as you exhale. And really pay attention for a few moments of the rhythm of the air coming in to your body and then coming out of your body. This beautiful air that is supporting your life, that goes in and out. The air is in and around you. Just relax your shoulders. Relax your hands. Now take a nice deep inhale in and exhale. On the next deep inhale in, I want you to wiggle your toes. Inhale and exhale. Feel the energy coming into your feet just by wiggling your toes. Notice the arches of your feet. And just roll your ankles a little bit. Move your feet. Maybe tap them on the floor or just move them side to side. Again, notice your inhale and exhale. Feel the weight of your hips. Notice your spine and just begin to wiggle your spine a little bit. If you're sitting up, just roll your shoulders. If you're lying down, just move your back a little bit. Adjust your hips. And taking a nice inhale as you're waking up your body. Notice your neck and shoulders. Notice your facial muscles. Relax your jaw. Relax your forehead. Notice the temperature of the air coming in your nose. Now slowly open your eyes and come back to the room. Move your fingers and just give yourself a little stretch. And take in another nice deep inhale in and out. And that's all you need to do to check in with your breathing. That was a quick 10-minute meditation. You can listen to that again. Helen will post this up on the YouTube channel.
And also on Facebook.
Also on Facebook. But this is something you can learn to do on your own as you're waking up in the morning. Do a quick body scan and pay attention to your breathing. Or when you're going to bed. Yeah, and be mindful. And when you're going to bed, and just try to really focus on that, the temperature of the air coming in your nose, the rise and fall of your chest, and your body relaxing.
That was a really good meditation, Robin. And I think it's great that, we do this every single day. And remember, meditation doesn't have to be done only in the morning. You could do it anytime, even if you have a couple minutes.
Yeah. If you're sitting in the car waiting for someone, just focus on your breathing.
Anyway, So do us a favor, build us a community, give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe, share this video with your friends and buddies. Check out box below. We got a lot of important personal resources for you if you are on the path of awakening. We have courses of first step to your spiritual journey, how to feel and read energy, just a lot of things that we are offering to help you to be the very best version of yourself.
Yes, so you can shape shift easily.
Yes, be a shape shipper. And we'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. If there's a subject you would like us to see, please drop it in, because a lot of times I'm thinking of subject as we're going along. Be well, be healthy, and be safe.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.